All right. Let's see, is everything working here? All right, cool. Yeah, this is working. Great. Cool, cool, cool. So let's get this on the road. All right, so goals for right now. Well, first we're fixing this. Yeah, that's where we were. All right, so panel renderer. Let's make this bigger so the folks at home can see. Why do you not like that? There you go. All right, I realize this is quite small, but we'll deal with it. Why are you a thing? Somebody must need you. Okay, that's a thing. Alright, well, I guess we're caching that. Yep. Alright, so ensure references will have to go. So panel renderer, register callback on UI reload. And then do we have a, let's open this. Do we have on enable? Okay. So we need to add that on disable. And then we add that and unregister that. Oops, why did you go there? Okay, now we create the method. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so this root element equals that. Yes, cool. I don't think we're using that. I think that's all we need to do there. What do you do? What? Alright, so this is one of those things that's like obnoxious when the AI does the code for you. Okie dokie. A little too tall. All right. Where are you called from? Outside of here. Oh, that's always fun. UI document visual tree. That's a thing? All right, so here. What else did you? Yeah, that's all you did. Yeah, so we should be able to inline that. Actually, get rid of that. And my guess here is we can get rid of that. And also that. No. But we only need this. Okay, so yeah, like I do not like this running all these things. Okay, so where in the world is this being called? In here a lot. Bother. Alright, so this is actually a bigger refactor than I wanted it to be. Alright, I got 15 minutes to do this. Let's make those 15 minutes happen. Where are you called from? Diegetic shop item. All right, let's at least get a broader view of everything that's calling this. Nothing's going that right because it's not ESU. Game over, victory. Alright, so all these things are calling set. You also all play that, right, because you have to open it. Alright, so for now, we haven't broken anything. So let's go ahead and just save out and get this to compile in the editor. Are you done? Okay. So you set the visual tree asset. You need the document for some reason. My guess is you just need it for here. So you need it for this. Console console UI controller. Okay, so that might be a thing. Alright. And you need it for this as well. So you guys have a similar pattern, it looks like. I feel like I remember wanting to refactor all these things and I never did. Alright, 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 alright. Why on earth did Unity make this decision? It just does not... I don't understand. It's frustrating. Alright, right, that's what we're checking, is if this is necessary. Yeah, we can just do that, and that, and that, and then require component, type animator. There you go. Boom, and then we can get rid of this. Alright, so now these four will go away. Cool. Look at that. Cleaning up the code. Yeah. Cool. There we go, and you can go away too. Yep. Okay. So why are you still complaining though? Right. Here's where, okay, so set visual tree asset actually. So this is what needs to change. We need to switch these over to use the panel renderer. 10 minutes, let's go. Do we have the ability? The UI document is an actual component. Okay, so you can do that, cool. Does that work? No. Cool. I think that's all this needs to be. We could add like a fallback method. All right. Why do not work? Cool as requested set visual tree asset without the root visual element equals false. You don't need that part. It's automatically false. All right, cool. Else, and then visual tree asset equals visual tree asset. Why do you do this? I did not ask you to do that. Okay, and then as requested, yes, equals true, and then visual tree asset equals visual tree asset. Right, we need this. So then, in the on reload, we're actually gonna redo this. Basically, in case there's a cached version of it. No. Oh yeah, screw that. So then I'll do set visual tree asset. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're barking because of that. Set visual tree asset. Yeah. And then, yeah, we'll actually do that. And then has is false, and then visual tree asset is null. Cool. There you go. No. Alright, so if another component called to set the visual tree asset before the panel renderer made this callback. Sometimes that happens. It's dumb. I don't know why they chose to do it that way, but you know, there's that. So that I think takes care of this. Yeah. Cool. There's that. Are you just a string? Yeah. Alright, cool. So you do the same thing both times. Play animation. And this is string, and this is reset animation name, and then string trigger animation name. And then we can get rid of all this shit. Okay. And this is reset, and this is trigger, and then if there's no power radar, yeah, and good. Cool. And then play animation, and then this is open, and then close. And then that becomes that. Look at it, isn't it beautiful? Okay, close, open, and then open becomes close. Oh yeah, this is open, cool. And then all that goes away. Look at that. What's wrong with you? No, I don't want there to be that. I told you that before. That can go away. Cool. And that's supposed to go outside. Okay. So why are you still complaining? Where's the error? This is not the error, right? I really should not have done the debugger that I did. All right. There was a git on here. I don't know what happened to it. No, UI document, no. Or is it question marks? Yeah, it's manage that. Yeah, cool. Now, you, who needs you? Game over, victory, and consumable. All right, so that's the next thing to redo. No, not that. It's actually just that. There we go. Okay. All right, so you can do your thing. that's what we can do with level debrief. So level debrief then. Yeah, so these we're not using either of these. So we can actually get rid of both of them. Oh wait, no, we have to go into the console too now. So we go in. Okay. And then left console. So left console, oh, there you go. Remove you. And then we need this. So we can save that. And then I don't know, where are you being used? Do you have any usages now? No. Victory and game over. None. So I don't actually need to worry about either of these. I do need to worry about this one. We're using it in the console, yeah. And then I need the level debrief. Cool. And I thought I got rid of that. Alright, so really this is the pattern I need to use. Oh, okay, cool. So you're already on here. That's good. Why are you here? Oh boy. Don't know that I need this anymore. We're just debrief you on. I understand now why we need this. Yes, okay. Are these the only places we're using this camera? Yes, we no longer have this. Cool. Okay. So there's that. Mark. So I'll keep that for you, but you no longer need it. Well, actually, let's go to where you're using this, and instead of doing that, so you're a visual element, and you are expecting to be a UI document. Why do I want this? Here. This is the problem. Okay, got it. So it's actually not this that I care about. It's pop-up screen, root visual elements. Thank you. Cool. And then cool. So that's all that. I think that fixes it. Do you need this on multiple? Yeah, and then I think require. Is it pop-up screen? Are you a type of pop-up screen? No, you're this. Wait, pop-up screen, expand what, got it. Cool. What type of frames? Cool, yeah, that's what I asked for. Definitely. Oh, I see. Okay. Cool, there we go. Alright, so you're here. I almost guarantee that's going to cause problems there. Come on. Oop, I'm not done. Okay. And then where is this? This I no longer need to do. So where is this? Go definition, got it. Okay, so there's all this. Oof, this took way longer than anticipated. All this needs to go away. Where do we set the root? There. Why is it diegetic hub root? Okay. All right. How do we make this work? Wow, this document's got so much extra crap that I don't really want. Too long. I bet you're too long too, yeah. Alright. Active and solid code, that's an abomination. We're just changing a whole lot of things right now. This is not what it needs to do. You pop-up screen, root visual element. I think this takes care of it. Yeah, so that takes care of it. So then over here, wait, where is, yeah, this is doing multiple things, which is no good. Ensure references, sure. Yeah, it's you. So you call bind debrief. Okay. I think I have a way to do this now. All right, cool. That's it. Yep, done. I was overthinking this. You actually don't even need any of that crap because you're already doing it. Cool. All right, so you can come here for now. Boom. Boom. I need a single screen layout. No, not you. Hello, Andy. I just saw your message. Thanks for stopping by. Where am I? Okay, you're running again. Good. Debrief. Panel renderer. UI toolkit. What? Oh, right, yes. Alright, you went and found yourself. Good, good, good. Alright, so this is this. Let's copy over this. 202.333. 202.333. Why are you so big? Because you're 2. Why are you 2? You're 0. That's confusing. One. Why? There we go. And then make you 1 as well. There we go. Cool. Okay, so have you found yourself? There you go. Well done. Question is for you. Do you have one? No, I just need to update this in this component. Yeah. Save this and let's open the actual thing here. Don't know what to do. Okay. You prefab, isolation, screen, pivot, UITK panel renderer, boom, and then world space, boom, and then 2223. Oh, why are you different? 214333. Okay. 214. 330. Okay, cool. Really? You're the way that I'm doing this right now? Like, I've redone this thing so many times. Alright. Let's make a reference. Let's hide you. Shop off a row. Yeah, that's what I was originally doing this for. Okay. God, why does it have to, like, do all of the things? So now you should have one too, so that's good. I wanted to say you had, like, a default. What's the hitbox on this? Why are you here? Ah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, let's open isolation again. 1751. Boom. Cool. Save. Bummer. Alright, 20 minutes. Let's finish this stuff. Definitely not what I had intended to work on right now. Okay, and then this is not the right place. This is what I need, and you need debrief item. Right, so now I need to actually add a visual asset here, debrief item, and then this is... What do you call it? You're actually the debrief template, sure, yeah. And then on setting of things, where's your unable? There you go, go up there, bind, and actually we need to do panel renderer dot, oh bother. Gonna have to like clone stuff, aren't I? Yeah. No, none of you. Set visual tree asset, yes. Yeah, so we need to do that here. So panel renderer, nope, spelling is hard. Panel renderer, set visual tree asset, no. Visual tree asset equals debrief template, and then bind that in there. I don't know if this is going to work. Where is this hitbox? Did I make this? I love when we get stuck here for a while on the saving things. All right. Okay. I didn't want to click on that. All right, so where is your hitbox? What is causing this? Is it the panel renderer? It is the panel renderer. 2, yeah, there we go. 3, 4, 3.5, cool, and then 2. There we go, done. 1, new, 0.1. Save. All right. This is undoubtedly broken, but let's test it. I need to fix this. You used to have a thing. It was this. And then let's update it here. Level debrief. Cool. And then you need this one. Good. And then it should be able to get rid of that one. Delete. Save it. And now let's see if it's broken. Guessing it's broken. Alright. Let's see if we have broken things. I'm guessing we have. You know you want to work. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, when does that show up? That shows up after you beat the level. So let's just go ahead and beat the level. And score 700. Submit, close. Roll once. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that works. And launch it. Okay, now I am expecting some errors. Hey, it actually... Look at that! It worked! Way to go me! I did it! Okay, so now we just fix that up, and then that almost kind of works. That's really excellent. Unexpected. But you take those wins, you know? You take them when you can get them. Alright, so let's bring this over here, and we need to make it way different. Cool, so no longer are you two columns. And yeah, it's always nice when it works the first time, you know? You always expect when you're refactoring that you're going to break something, so I'm quite pleased. Flex direction down, there we go. And then the spacing was fine. I want to get rid of this and reuse the one from the other one, but I don't remember what the other one was. What are you? You're like that. Alright, so for now we're just going to hide the background and then see if we can go find the other one. Why are you like this? Do you have like a width on you? You do. Unset. Cool. Alright, so that'll at least fix that. And then I think it's in the shop. What background was that? I've completely lost it and I don't know which one it is now. Alright, we're just gonna have to open these one by one. It's not that. Shop header, definitely not that. Is it shop offer row? No, that's not it. I mean, that's got stuff, but not what I want. Where did I have that saved? What was that? Please don't have a like pop-up screen or something smart. Onboarding console pop-up? No, not that. I have too many things that I don't know where they all go. Console pop-up. That's not it. Alright. Check console for details. Okay, so that's the problem with this one. What was the problem? UI builder failed. Okay, so this one's just properly broken. Let's see if we can upgrade it and fix it. Nope, this one's just got errors. Alright, well, we don't touch that one anymore. Alright, so what else was using this? Temp HUD, stats menu, shop? No, definitely not that. I had a whole nice thing. Where did it go? It's not this one. Oh, no hands pop. Is it this one? No. Where is it? Level progress, level complete? Maybe no. Ugh, been working on the project for too long. I don't know where anything is anymore. Hand robe, diegetic. I spelled diegetic wrong. I just now realized I spelled that wrong. And then I have a separate folder for that, because, you know, that's what you do. Oh, bother. Okay, this is not super important. Alright, I'm gonna steal some of these. They look cool. No, where did that thing go? Whatever. This was 15 minutes longer than this should have taken. I'm going to come back and fix this. Let's make sure the shop items work. I realized I could have broken that. Alrighty. Yes, I must live with this misspelling forever. I need to do a full, like, cleanup pass. There's so many things that are wrong. And you know, you can only clean up so many things at once, I find. Alright, so we'll beat this level. You can do a thing. Oh, it's always tempting to score all of the points, you know? Okay, so we score the points. We beat the level. We figure out why the VFX is happening up here still, because I still don't know. And then we come over here. Alright, so that works, and then I can see stuff. It's very tiny though, but that should be easy to fix. And it's super slow, so that needs to go faster. And then you're down here, so that's kind of weird. And that tiny shop button. Okay, so all that needs to just be made much larger. This sequence works, that works. Are you working? Cool, yeah. Why don't you have images now? Bother. Well, we broke something, but we're gonna redo all this anyway, so. Example, oh wow, yeah, so you're not working at all, so that means you needed a document. Okay, well, this is not what I wanted to work on, but I guess we're gonna do it. Does this work? Can you, no, it doesn't work because you have to poop. This is why we don't refactor things. We just make new versions. Bother. Okay. Well, I guess that's what we're doing now. So you can go in. And now we must go to the shop. Where is the shop? Okay, at least now I can get it here. Okay, and then there's you. And now we have to fix you. Okay, so shop items manager. Choice presenter. I do not remember which one is which. What are you meant to do? Ugh. It's been so long since I looked at this stuff. Okay. I bet you need iShopper. Yep. And then on the items. Yeah, so it's you. All right, so what were you doing? So there's that. So you were finding the pop-up screen. Yeah, so you got that. And then you found the buy button in there. Oh, that one I can get rid of. Is this a separate pop-up screen? If pop-up screen not null and shop dot, yeah. So you can set that. So this should work. Key component in children. Is it just not a child? Is that the problem? Yeah, that's the problem. It's there, but you're connected, so that should work. Ah, that's what it is. This one doesn't have the panel renderer. That's actually an easy fix. Why are you different? It's not the same one. I must have unpacked this. All right, so prefab open in isolation. Yeah, I unpacked this one. Oh, I have a separate one. Because, you know, why would you not have a separate one? What's your deal? Why do I have two? I don't remember why I would ever do that. Why is this whole thing a button? No, bother. Okay, well, we can just copy this. And then we'll get rid of that one that's hidden so we don't confuse me in the future, because we're already confusing future me. Got it, so do that, reset, bring it back out. And you're there, and then you're there, good. Shop off a row, you come here, shop off a row, boom, it looks the same. Look at that. So then come here. There. There. Boom. Good. Okay. Let's delete this one. I think that's the one that I want to go with. Okay, you are there. And then now I actually want to hide the desk because I don't need it anymore. And honestly, that part is part of the thing, so never mind. All right. So you're here, you're there, good, save. Now, I hope this works. I think this might just be the thing. So that'd be great. That'd be really, really great. All right, 5 minutes left for what was not meant to work on this at all. Okay, there we go. All right, so we skip this because that's not what we're testing. Submit, do that roll. Tempted to. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Every time you see one of these, you gotta take advantage, you know? You gotta score all the points you can. There we go. Cool. Let her rip. I have no clue why the VFX are supposed to be in the middle. They're not supposed to be up here, so gonna have to figure that out at some point. Okay, good, as expected. So we're really gonna have to dramatically increase the size of the text on this, but that's okay. And fix that stuff coming from the bottom like that. That's no good. And give me shops. Bother. So that didn't work like I was hoping. I was hoping this was going to work. Huh, and this doesn't have the box collider now. I was really hoping that was going to be it. Okay, so shop items manager started shop. Yeah, that's fine. I was expecting that. Hold on. Are you, is that all the problem is? Shop doc, shop template, items. Alright, so you go away. No, you got the panel renderer. What's the problem? Maybe it hasn't found the thing yet? But no, it's supposed to work. That's why we set the cache. So, alright, so you guys are... Actually, I haven't confirmed that this works, so we're going to have to test that one too. You definitely work, so that's good. We're done with you. So what is your problem? Ensure references is called on enable. I wonder if it's just a race condition. When do you get called? You get called by the manager. In spawn offers. I wonder if it happens early. Refresh, okay. Oops. What is the problem? Okay. Alright, so all these I don't care about. That's basically useless. We're just going to mark it that way. Is that how you do it? No. Deprecated. There you go. Alright, that's not how you do it. Okay. I thought you could add a tag. Or maybe I have to add it up here. Okay. But you do. You are used. Diegetic shop item on 174. So this is the issue. Ensure references says pop-up screen. Wait, shop. What are you? Are you the visual? Okay, okay, that's fine. So if you're not null, and that's not null, set the data set. And then the root is if you're a thing, there you go. And then we go here. Okay. I wonder. Okay, so that's where we're gonna do this. So you are gonna get an action. Public action, and this is on panel ready. We'll call it UI panel. And yes, I know. Cool. And equals cat. Okay, cool. So there's that. Omni those does that, and then we call on UI panel ready dot invoke just in case. There you go. And then here we can actually update it. So where's my on enable? In here. There you go. And that should work, yes. Poop, that's in ensure references. Bother. Yeah, okay, so pop-up screen dot on my panel. First we subtract. Wait, what am I waiting for here? We definitely have that. Yes, go definition, bother. Yeah, so that one's like COC, we have that one. So then we remove it, and we're gonna make bind UI. Yeah, we'll just call it that. Please tell me I don't have that bind UI. Okay, and then this we can grab. Yeah, now we extract. Okay, and this too, actually. Cool. GS. Oops. Okay, and then defit. Good. Cool. Oh, hold on. Oh no, the timer's about to go. There we go. All right. Do I... No, bind UI, please. Thank you. Is that it? No, it's this. Yeah. Minus F plus. All right, so ensure references is called there. Which is called on enable. All right, so this we shouldn't need, because this should just be there, which means this I don't really need here. So many things. All right. You don't really get on enable too much, but we'll do that. Okay. Now maybe this works, because my thought here is the pop-up screen needs to let people know that it's ready, because this is a whole separate thing. This, you have on enable, and then you have this, and yeah, I think start gets called up then. Yeah, okay, so we'll try this out. You good? Oh my god, I'm in play mode. We're gonna have some problems probably. Cool. Save this out. Come back. Yeah, we're compiling now. Okie dokie. Still compiling. Hopefully this works now. My thought was that it's showing the screen, but it's not showing the data. So my thought is that it's a timing issue. It doesn't have the screen to show. Hopefully that's what's actually wrong. If not, then we have to come back to the drawing board. It's also possible I'm missing the collider on the shop item, and then that's a whole separate issue. Okay, and the score 700. Close roll. All right, we already beat the level. No, bow. All right, let's see. Let's hope. All right. faster. All right, you come here. Oops. Refactor. Expandable. Pop up. Controller. Typing is hard. Updates level. Debrief. Nope, let's just do that. And do font size. Animation speed. Cool. Alright. And button size. Okay. There's that. Please work. All right. Well, that was not it. That's frustrating. Okay, well, let's fix some other stuff while we're here. Did you have a box collider? You did. Let's go ahead and just copy you and paste you on here. There we go. You're not quite the right size, but that's okay. Okay. 21. Okay. We'll save that. Hopefully that works. Dynamic. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. Okay. There's that. Save it. Let's... Where is that? That's here. Okay, this one works for some reason, which is quite confusing. You aren't connected? What? Maybe that's why this one works, because it's independently doing its own stuff. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. Well, first let's save. And then this one also most likely needs saved. Why do you have both? That's confusing. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. All right, so we were putting the thing on the wrong thing, which obviously isn't going to work very well. So we're calling the wrong pop-up screen. Yeah, that's what it is. So we're asking the pop-up screen and it's not available. Which really is confusing than how the other one worked in the first place. Okay. Like, how did it work? I don't understand how it worked, because this pop-up screen that was on the same component never should have worked. That's like really confusing. Okay. Come on, please. Finish loading. There we go. All right, so you now close. You can go in. And then, yeah, so this one is actually referencing the right one, but you were also referencing the right one. Remove, okay. And you are set up correctly, okay. And then you, let's make you a wave. All right, presentation start delay 1. Item reveal delay 2.5. Just make everything 2.5. Save that, and I actually think we also have a problem that the bridge has a separate setting for these pop-up screens. There you go. Okay, so that's actually the same. All right, now that's super confusing. How do you not have one? Oh, you don't have one here. Okay, save that. Very confusing. You're correct. Okay. Okay, that's a thing now. Weird. Okay. And then yeah, okay. And that's there, yeah. I don't know what could be causing this. This one I haven't tested. Let's test that one first. Okay. I didn't finish any of that stuff that I was going to test right now. Let's quickly do that. Where is it? Levels debrief. Do you have separate text? There we go. Advanced, and I think size max, like what, 20? Yeah. Oh, no, I meant to do it here. There we go. Okay. And you can get updated as well. 25. I just don't know why it won't let me enter things incorrectly. Okay, save. And then the data, yeah. Okay. Same here. 20. Cool. There's that. And then for the other one, the debrief item, also need to add. Don't tell me you have like some extra text size stuff going on. Unset. All right, cool. Yeah, that should just work. All right. Hopefully that works. The shop buttons need to be bigger. Text, and then 2, yeah. We'll do 25. Why do you do that? It like has a minimum number and won't let me type things correctly. Alright, so hopefully that helps that. What else did I say I was going to do here? Font size, yes. I think I touched the animation speed. Let us check again. Debrief. Alright. Score, count, duration, seconds. Honestly, don't remember what that was. Real word. Delay, 0.1. That's fine, yeah. Do 0.1, 0.1. Alright, hopefully that's a thing. track down why the shop items aren't working now. Okay, some of them. That's cool. Alright, it was much faster though, so that's good. So that part's at least fixed. Now, why are you not working? Oh, bother. Alright, so strangely, I revert you. Revert. I think maybe you were the thing. Like you like that? Oh. Alright. What? I meant to test this. Yes, okay, so let's test that. There's only one that does it, so I have to give myself some random ones and then see how it goes. Well, this has not exactly been what I had planned on working on. Good, that's what I need. Let's see if this thing that I'm trying... Oh, bother. Yeah. Alright, then we re-roll. Just the one dies. Please fail. Good. Okay, good. That worked. Alright, so you're good. You are the problem. Hold, hold, hold. I think I might have an idea. What if that's already happened? Yeah. Okay, bind you on me. I think I made this new method and I didn't call it. And if that's the whole thing, I'll be annoyed. But only briefly, because I'll have fixed the problem. So my contentment with having fixed the problem will outweigh my annoyance at it being a stupid problem. Play max. Let us test. Burp, 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 burp. Okay. What is this? All right. Please have been the problem. Hit it. Why is that thing out there? I'll have to figure that out at some point. Yeah, there you go, there you go. I think I'm gonna have to make the screen bigger. Damn it. Why? Let us see. What could be causing this? Alright, so you're here. Let's just get rid of you, because I don't want to have any issues. I want to take you off, question mark? Yeah, and that's what's here, right? Here. Yeah, okay. It's here. Where's that auto find nonsense? Oh, undo that, yeah. What? I don't want you, I want you. Buy button is that. Buy button is the whole screen. You also need that. Why do you need that? Yeah, you're definitely going to get a thing for a while. Shop item button. Yeah, what is the point of you? You're like not doing anything. How does I get rid of you? None. That's fine. Okay. Save out. So you are meant to go and when does initialize get called? Initialize gets called here. Maybe we should need refresh. What does refresh do? Show references, set visible. Maybe this is when it happens. Find UI. Let's see if that's the issue. This one's a messy component. This is what happens when you don't review your AI code. I mean, refactoring is always a pain in the butt. But it's more so a pain in the butt when you don't know what wrote your code in the first place. Alright, so animation speed is much better. Now we just need to standardize font size. This one we're in progress on and almost done. I have a good feeling about this one. Hopefully it is not misplaced. Add random, no, score. 700. Thank you, go. And please work. We'll take a triple. Send it. It's not head event listeners. Okay, so now the telemetry report's way too big. Damn it. Yeah, I gotta review it. I was not too strict with it. I've since implemented Ponytail, and that's been huge for improving everything. But there's still, like, this was an older component, and it's just messy, so I guess we gotta just figure out what's not working here. So you also call it? Why do you call it? Alright, so close you up. So you're here, bind by button. I actually don't care about that one. Unbind, yes, fine. On panel ready. You're calling on panel ready. Alright, right, so it's not you. It's not you. It could be you. It's not you. Maybe. Okay, so you're supposed to be doing this stuff. The store used to work 2 hours ago. It worked before I started refactoring that screen component, and so that's where you can see the options for things. So ensure references is meant to do this. We're just gonna bind UI in here too. So my question is okay, so we're just gonna have to start debugging here. If there's that, set the screen. Okay, so we're gonna add an else. Debug.log warning. Oops. Nope. Where are we? We can do pop up screen and not spelling is hard. Screen. Not set, maybe. Okay. And then if root's null return, yeah, let's do that. And then debug log warning. Yeah, that should hopefully be enough. Alright, while that's doing that, I can show you what's meant to be there. And finding the video. We'll mute this. So this is what's meant to happen, is that this shop comes and then you can like see the cards in the back, and then that's what you can interact with to buy stuff. And so that's the idea, but they have stopped showing the content. So they're supposed to be getting content set on them and they act as a template, and that part's not working. So yeah, so hopefully we'll have some errors logging here and then be able to figure out what's the problem. We have 5 minutes left on this task. Hopefully the 5 minutes are going to be done right. Well, no, we actually aren't expecting to fix anything now, but we're hoping to understand something. All right, so let's do that. Close it out. I wonder if I can get this. Yeah, see, that's much better. It's still probably a little bit fast now, but yeah, I need to, embarrassingly, I don't actually use breakpoints very much. Okay, so nothing logged. We got the warnings. Are these different warnings? 77, 77, 77. So it does that and then just breaks out. There's two separate ones though. So we get the manager calls the item. So we're here. So the root's null, which means the pop-up screen is null. How is that possible? This should totally work. All right, now I'm extra confused. All right, so the manager calls this. What's your route? Manager, item. Are these just these the same? Yeah, okay. So there's two separate times this gets called because I'm recalling the bind UI multiple times. What I don't see is this one. So the pop-up screen fires this event. Alright, so we gotta make this a bit more granular. So we gotta figure out is... What? No, I don't need this. This. Alright. Pop-up screen, root. But how is this one not firing? Okay. So we're calling it here. Yeah, I'm pretty positive the store data is there. That part shouldn't have changed. I haven't touched this class, only the presentation portions of it. Where was that login? What is this? Oh bother, we did a validation pass. And clear all this stuff, cool. Yeah, the data should definitely all be there. It's been working for months, so that part I'm not as concerned about. I think it's a timing issue. So the screen itself says, hey, I'm ready. And this is what's being used here. You know what we can do? That would kind of... What is this? This is that. Okay, yeah. So I actually have an idea. But what's confusing is why this doesn't work automatically. So instead of referencing this, we can still get this, but we can also just manually get the renderer. And then that way we don't have to rely on this. Like, I don't love that I'm having to do this, but this is certain. And then I can get rid of this one. And then unregister. Is it? Yeah, it's that way. Okay. And yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll move you down. Where's the bind UI? Go definition. There we go. We'll paste you above. And then this is what I can set here. Okay. So this I actually don't need anymore. And I don't need this. So I can do, no. This dot panel renderer dot visual tree asset equals this. I'm wondering if it needs like something more than that. And then the root is this new root visual element here. Cool. But, oh, I did F. Oops. And then, yeah. On UI reload. No root found. All right. Okay, and then otherwise, bind UI. All right, so then this can go away, that can go away. Well, I'll still keep the no root thing. But this one I expect to work. Because we have a direct reference to the panel renderer. The panel renderer says, hey, I'm ready. And then from there, we can call bind UI. Bind UI at this point should probably be nothing. So I'm actually going to not call it here. And then, I mean, really, I should just merge these into one component or one method, because I'm not going to. No reason to do that. And then there will be an error. Where are you? Here. So this one we won't do. And then ensure references, yeah. So then if that's a thing, if root equals null, and then this one will do the same thing. Debug.log warning. And then this will be like, there hasn't been set yet. Oh, bother. Bind UI and then maybe refresh. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and then where are you? You're here, and then we can do refresh. Because this is just finding the, like finding the stuff. Whereas refresh is actually setting the data, which I actually need to change as well because I want to use data bindings, that way it automatically happens. Yeah, this component was one that Codex built a while ago, and I haven't taken the time to update it until now. So, yeah, for moving forward, I've got a bunch of new code that I actually like and will be using for like references for all new projects too. Obviously, it'll be much easier. But yeah. All right. Please work nicely. Add score. I think I'm going to get rid of this telemetry data, like your rolls, your hands, all that kind of stuff. You can pull it up whenever you want, so. I didn't set anything, so of course it's not going to work. I'm a dummy. All right, so love when that happens. Need to reorganize this folder. Okay, so you just directly get the panel renderer now, and then the buy button don't care. Okay, so hopefully that's going to work. Because now it has a direct reference to the panel renderer. The panel renderer then says, hey, I'm ready. I think I removed the listener to that. Ships. Good, you're set up, good. Alrighty then. Now this one, I don't know. With as many times as I've tried this, I'm feeling less confident, but hopefully this will be the ticket. Wonder what that is about. Okay. What's wrong with you? No, write that. Score. So many warnings I have to clear up. Alright, well hopefully this works. I think this feature is the main one that I'm planning to release on Thursday. There'll be a bunch of other like bug fixes and stuff too, but it's the main feature that I'm trying to fix because the previous version was just so broken. Hallelujah! There we go. But now you don't have clicks. Well, we got one thing working. The clicks maybe though should be easy. Let's see. I say that, and hopefully it actually is. Okay, so diegetic button. Let's just set you again. I don't know why I unset that. Also, I don't know why that's a thing. Why is that working? That should not be a thing. But we'll find out. The diegetic button is another component that also needs refactored in this way. So I don't know if you use Unity or not, Randy, but they made an upgrade to a component for the UI between 6.3 and 6.5, and so I built all my components on 6.3 and I upgraded to 6.5, and now they're saying that they're going to deprecate the old version, so you know, fun times. So that's part of why I'm having to do this. But I've also replaced the positioning of this particular element like multiple times now, and so that's also why I decided to do a little bit of work on it, despite the fact that it was not on my radar of things to fix today. ADHD development, you gotta love it. All right, all right, all right. Now I hope that clicking will work. All right, this is much faster. I like it, especially with as much information as there. We'll obviously got to fix this and make the background work, so. Yes, the... Fuck, why is this not working? Use Godot, nice. Yeah, so I actually have a version of that for the shop here. Let me switch it around real quick. So the reason why I had to be far away like that, and I've got some plans to keep it that way, or sorry, to make it easier to read. But like similar to like Balatro, where you can see everything in your inventory, I wanted you to be able to see stuff. The idea is that there's this ship that comes to you that sells you stuff, and so I wanted you to be able to see your other inventory, so you kind of like knew what was happening. But I plan on having it so that way the right side of the screen here is meant to be kind of like the cargo bay, and you can kind of see, it's hard to see, but you can kind of see like the ship that comes to sell you stuff. And the goal is, the plan is that, here, it'll make more sense when it's here. The plan is that the ship sends you stuff once you buy it. On the right, you can kind of, maybe a little bit, see something there. There's some 3 dots here. This is like, well, you can see the ship in the corner. But yeah, so now this is what you're suggesting, to focus on this section. So this definitely is way clearer. I still want you to kind of be able to see the ship though, and so I got to figure out how exactly that can work. But my thought is that like when you choose to buy something, which now this is broken and I don't know why, when you choose to buy something, then it will kind of send you a package, and it'll display on the right side of the screen here. Why is this not working? Yeah, so I'm basically trying to make that abundantly clear. Like when you buy something, like that's what's happening, and you can see it get installed in your ship. But yeah, I think this viewport here definitely is way cleaner to see. Then you can't see the other bits that you've got though, so that's a problem. But yeah, designing the user experience for this whole thing has been more complicated than I anticipated, I'll say. All right, why is this click not working? Yeah, so the idea I was talking about, like, there's like this tube that connects the vendor to your ship, and then the plan was that like over here, if I turn, no, that's not gonna work. This little thing opens up, and you can have the shop purchases will come out, and they'll spawn in this little section over here. So that was the idea. Yeah, why are you not clickable? Why is this not clicking? Is there something in the way? Yeah, let's try that. Actually, we're paused. That's okay. Oh wait, no, I can't be full screen. The debugger. What are you complaining about? What? Are you just gonna be broken? Pick. What is your problem? Oh, I love when Unity decides to throw a fit. This is not my error. Project browser, no. Where's my game? There we go. Shop off a row. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the image is working again. The button's there. That's that button. Yeah, why are you, It did tell me that it needed a thing, and I said, no, you don't need the thing. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe I do need the thing. Okay, this panel is rendered in world space mode with the default input configurations. To set additional, I don't want additional though, that's the thing. Yeah, see, I don't need you. At least I don't want you. Alright, is there like another... I wonder... Oh, that's it. That's it, yeah. Okay, never mind. This was... something happened. The box collider got removed. I don't know why. Alright. So that's of course going to prevent it from being clickable. In case that you need this, I'll give it to you. I bet this fixes it. I could have sworn that I put a box collider on there. No, you go away. I definitely don't want you. Save. All right, this is it. It's going to work. We'll finally finish it. Yeah, so your suggestion about having the camera definitely is a thing. My other thought is to simplify the UI so that way that it's similar to like Balatro, where you just see the card that you're purchasing or the pack that you're purchasing, to just show the price and the name and the like an image of the thing, and then have a tooltip that conveys all the relevant information similar to what Balatro does. I find that might be a clearer way. My other part of the reasoning for that is, like for example, to re-roll the shop, I was considering using the dice popper in the middle, so that way that you could like actually like re-roll stuff. I thought that might be a fun way to re-roll. Kind of leaning into just, you know, reusing systems that are there, but having the dice popper in the middle, re-roll the shop, I think might be a challenge to communicate why that works that way. So, oh, come on. What is your problem? So it's got a separate box collider. Which one did I add? Turn off one and see if that works. Okay, so I don't expect you to be viable. Alright, so let's do it on this one. That's super confusing. I think this is the one I added. Why? Why are you not clickable? That's really frustrating. What would have changed? It's on the right layer. Like, are you blocking it somehow? It's possible this is blocking, but you don't have a collider. Let's just turn you off altogether. Unpause. Super, super weird. What could be causing this? What could be causing this? You have your box collider. We'll even turn you back on. It's not going to do anything, yeah. You even have two box colliders. What? You have your button. I don't know what the button's supposed to do here. Wait, maybe the click event isn't bound. The data is bound, but maybe the click event isn't bound. So like the root hasn't been set, has been called multiple times. Ah, but it was only called once. Maybe. So it's called by each of the components, which is kind of fine. Yeah. All right, so where does the actual click listener get set? So we call, okay, so on URL is what's getting us this. But do we actually set the click listener? Negative. There's no, so this is just finding stuff. What is this? Is this the refresh? Yeah, this is refresh. All right, so what are you doing? You're just finding the buy button. I don't really think this is very useful. Okay, so you are just getting stuff. So I'm not super worried about you. Find buy button is... Wait a second, what are you? Where is the buy button? Shop item button. Is an actual button, okay. So I'm not worried about that. The UI buy button though. Oh, maybe that's what it is. So this is only getting done here. I wonder if that's what it is. Let's try it. Because it's getting called here. It was expected to be called here. So I think we need this in our, yeah, because we call refresh here. God, I hate when they just spread stuff out. Like, this is so weird to me. Why are we binding here and then whatever? I bet this is it. At least I hope this is it. This was supposed to be a 15-minute task, and it's turned into 2 hours. Coding sucks sometimes. All right, definitely fingers crossed this time. One of these sounds to me. Oops. All right. There's that. Oof, big points. Just gotta use that. What will this be? 475 times 3? Yeah. No, times 4 because we got the mold. Okay, shop items, let's do this. Hell yeah! So this one you can at least see that it comes right away. But if I buy this booster here, for example, then you don't see where it goes. And so that's kind of why I was going with the other one. If I adjust the if I adjust the positioning of things, then it can work a little bit better. But the other problem to solve is, like, where does the reroll and the reroll and like the I'm done shopping button go? So that's my other thought. And then you have to go here. Yeah. Save. Cool. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So that's obnoxious. I used to have a button on the screen, and then you would click a button on the screen, and then it would like move the whole thing up. It's gone through so many different variations, so that's why. Where are you coming from? I get a random green thing on now. Yeah, getting the 2 buttons, that was what it was. So okay, well then I guess I'm gonna refactor that thing for sure. God, what a weird thing. Wow, that's a great roll to start with. Yeah, so what I was saying is by being able to see the shop back here, sorry, to see the shop from this camera view, you can see the other items around, which I think is useful. So, for example, while this is displaying, we'll add some money so we can cheat here. Oh, bother, I quit the shop. Dang it. I forgot that that's what that button does. Let's store. Wait, how much do I need? 900. Cool. Yeah, so I want to make sure that they're communicating this. It's funny because by having the game be 3D, there's so many other concerns to consider, and it just takes up way, way, way more time. When the game used to be two-dimensional, it was not easy, but like setting this type of information was a lot easier, a lot clearer than what it is when it's 3D like this. So, all right. So if I get this, so now this is very clear that it pops in. My plan is to have the tube over here kind of squash and stretch its way so you can see the thing like coming to your ship, and then it'll like poof right into existence over here. Same with when you buy a booster. Like right now it just is immediately displaying here, which is useful. You see where it goes, but need to want to make it so that it's very clear where everything was going. And you know, kind of the other thing is I wanted it to allow you to rotate where these things are, so like put them in different positions. The purchasing of like hands, I need something. I'm gonna have it be kind of over here, so that way you can see the upgrade happening. So yeah, lots of like stuff to be really communicative of what you're doing, because the player really needs to know what effects happened as a result of their actions. So, all right, crazy idea, always good. If I could have two, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be plenty. All right. Oof. Yeah, that one is done. That I didn't do, that I didn't do. But okay, cool. So let's go ahead and stop that, and then the buy button is the thing. This is just weird. Why? What is this nonsense? Unbind. What's calling you? 68. You're here. Got it. Does the middle piece need to be there in the shop face? Yes, because yeah, that's definitely been a thought, is to hide it. So like one thought is just to, you know, completely get rid of it like that, which could totally work. Well, not that part, because I still want you to be able to see the boosters. So I need to move this, and that. So yeah, if we got rid of that and that, then you could see where all of your boosters are, which is very useful. You could see everything going. This is definitely a consideration. So, oh yeah, go there of all the places. Cool, go there too, yeah. All right, so you all can stop being ridiculous. Reset, there you go. Yeah, so that could be a thing, is hiding the center. Go away. Could the shop hologram appear in the center? Problem solves. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. And so instead of showing it, you're suggesting to, instead of showing on the back screen, like have it show in the center. So it would be something like, I'd have to adjust the shape of it. That's fine. Environments, shop template. Open, thank you. Okay, and then we'll reset you. But, oh, no, I need the shop template, yeah. All right, cool, reset that. And then, yeah. So, could do something like this and have it be holographic here. It's way too big though. That's too small. Yeah, I could do something like that and just have it be ready for you there. Because I already have the screens here that I'm using for other stuff, like the thing that we were working on earlier. So like we already have these screens here, so we could present them like that. And you could still have the thing in the background here and have the doors open. Which way? No. 0. I could still have the doors open here, which would look cool. Oops. Bonk. Could do something like that. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. And then just like what? Like have like do that and then just have all of them kind of across like that. Where's the other one? There you go. Yeah, so that way you could just have them all separate. Do that and then have them there. Yeah, that actually could work. Because I already had planned on doing something there. Then I don't even think you need to remove... I mean, removing the reactor from the back is still useful. So that way that, you know, you have clear vision of what's going on. Revert. 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 You need to get fixed. Revert. All right, cool. Yeah, if the screens were more opaque, the other option would just be to turn off the lights inside of the reactor. Reactor core, klaxon light, boom, core, boom. Even just that already makes it easier to read, but yeah, if those holographic screens were yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Because then everything's right there. You can buy them really easily. So let us do a thing and get out of here. Don't save this. Play it and see. Yeah, messing with it is like most of the way that I've gotten to where it is. So I feel like I've had ideas along the way, but like making it so that it's good, that's the good and like really obvious, you know? Like I might think something is obvious and then I show it to somebody and they're like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So getting the user experience for it set and really clear and also fun, that's been a whole new challenge for me because I'm used to designing for like corporations, you know, and that's a very different experience than designing for fun. All right, so here you go, and then just take you, and what if I do that? Oh, whoa, negative, nope, negative 15 was too much. 10, there you go, and then 30, yeah, and then 12, nope, 11, could be, 1, nope, 5, yeah, and then we made this smaller, so we need to make it a little bit smaller, 5, 5, 5, yeah, okay, so what does that look like on Steam Deck? Too small, so then 0.5. Yeah, there you go. All right, so there's Steam Deck. I mean, you can still see the thing. Honestly, that's a great solution. Now, we still have a problem that you can see the whole popper behind you, like you were saying. But then these need to have more, like we still do the tooltip. The tooltip plan is still in place regardless of where we put these things. I think the plan is just to show the title, the picture, the cost, maybe a tag, but then have all the details be on a tooltip. Because like even right now it's hard to read it, even on an easy to read one. What does it look like if I turn off the reactor core so it's easier to read behind? Dice popper, reactor, kill wire pipes. No, I want that. Yeah, we'll just turn that whole thing off. Yeah, they still need to have the opaque background so that it's easy to read. But yeah, I think I like that a lot. Yeah, but that's actually true. Where are the reactor lights? Spotlight. Boom. Yeah, that's already a huge improvement. Shop templates. Console. Where are you? Zero? Yeah, there you go. -2. Negative 0.5. 1. There you go. Yeah, for now, this would allow it to work. I'm not going to keep this thing, like the little section here, but yeah, turning the lights off in the reactor, making the background of these things. Yeah, the text has a really minor outline, but I think just putting on the tooltips is going to be the best way to go. So that way the title can be bigger, the image can be bigger. Kind of have all that there. Then I can also get rid of the upgrade information here. Like maybe just have an upgrade on this and then have the upgrade information show on the tooltip. Kind of like how it does for the booster. This tooltip here. There's lots of space to show all this type of stuff. So we can do one here for each of these items. And I think that should work nicely. Yeah. Especially if I'm able to, like I've got these little anchors here that show them. So I think I could do that and kind of have each one be visible like this. I think it would work nicely. Maybe have them be a little bit farther up in space or like taller. I don't know. There's a lot of like empty space at the top of the screen here. What does this look there? Yeah, that's there. Yeah, still have a lot of empty space at the top. So maybe there's some way around that. But yeah, having the lights there. I kind of planned on having like lighting that it's almost like lighting from like a concert or from a game show where you have like spots that will move around and focus on the thing that they're trying to show you. So yeah, this seems like a nice way to do this. All right, all right, all right. Oh, I gotta fix that flashing in the background. That's not supposed to be happening. Does this work? Yeah, why you should be closed off. Yeah, I bet if I did. Where are you? Yeah, there you go. So I want the dice popper, but not the pipes to the inside, right? Yeah, I want you to stay. You and you. I want you to go down like just a little bit. -1? Yeah. 0.5. Not quite enough. Yeah, maybe something like that. You can see a bit more. Reroll. Yeah, I think this could work. Where are you? Here, here, here. 25? No, 35. Yeah, there you go. Okay, okay, okay. Well, unexpected solution, but I think that's actually a really good shout. Another thought that I've had is like if it could look like it's projecting from the center of the reactor, you know? I thought that could be pretty cool too. Let's grab a screenshot. Why is it so small? Alright, I'm on the screen, yeah. What was the yes to? I think that'd be neat as well. Start, which which thing are you reacting to? The I've got a delay on when I see your messages versus when I say something. I like using the yeah. So the reactor core. I've thought about this idea for a while for like using it for like projecting things like this or like a map or something. I thought that'd be cool too. What are you now? You're there. Where is this one? Fusion core. Yeah, there you go. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. Smoke. Yeah, it's like what if this is like bluish instead? Where are you? Here, yeah. Oh, I have this as a piece of glass, so this one's gonna be Let me just turn that off. Oh wow. Oh right. Mesh renderer, turn you off. Yeah, there you go. Wait, what is what's red still? Color over lifetime? No. Something's red, I don't know what. Weird. But yeah, my thought was like to use the middle as a that's probably you, yeah. Use the middle as a whatchamacallit, as like a hologram projector. What is causing the red? I'm quite confused. Smoke, maybe? Oh, you probably have. Yeah, there you go. It's you. It's not you. Eh, whatever. But yeah, that could be a thing for sure. The other thought I had too was like having it be 3D shapes, kind of in an arc over top of the reactor. But I don't know if that'll be obvious enough of what it is. But like kind of have those as holograms as well. So, but yeah, I think just having it be like this already is it's a lot clearer. Um, Whether it projects from the like the console here at the bottom or if it projects from the center, I think that's not a huge difference. I mean, maybe it's cooler from the center, but I still think just having it here is a good solution. You can just dim the lights everywhere else, and then still allows you to see what's going on. Still allows you to see the ship that's selling you stuff. Yeah, I dig it. All right. Well, hey, Randy, I've got to go. I've got to go to work. Like, work, work, work. But I appreciate your hanging out and all of your good suggestions here. They've been really, really useful. And I don't know, I might be on later today as well. Should probably be on tomorrow. Gonna try and be more consistent about streaming this development process. And if you're interested and you haven't seen already, I got a link in the description about for the playtest. So that's the version from last week, and you can check out the game there. It's on itch right now. But yeah, thanks, mate. Have a good one, and I'll talk with you later.